Hello and welcome back. We are here for another game of DMV Rivals Summer 2024 edition. We have Jason the Fifth going up against the other team, I believe, is Democratic Republic of Korea. So I think this is really an important game for both of these teams. Jason the Fifth, after an excellent start to the tournament, are now on quite the slide. I believe they've lost 3 games in a row. Meanwhile, Democratic Republic of Korea starting off with that 0-3 record, but was able to bring it back, pick up a win in the last game yesterday, and as well able to pick up a win in the first game today. So they're looking to change their fortunes. They're looking to win a game against Jason the Fifth, and they're looking to bring themselves back into the playoff picture. I am joined by a new member on the casting desk. Hello, Rough Tough Afro Puff.
What's up?
We, I think, are already in Champ Select, so we're just gonna head right in. And, yeah, so we see on the blue side, which I believe is, I think that there's a mistake here. Let me just fix that, but it should be DRK going up against Jason the Fifth. So it looks like we see DRK picking up Ash, Nocturne, and Rel. Meanwhile, it's the Jinx, Milio, Echo picked up for Jason the Fifth.
Yeah, so that will mean this is the first game all DMV where Steel Tips will not be playing Ash, as it was first picked away. After our last match with Jason the Fifth, we heard Starry talk about how the Galio has been so important for these teams. That's going to be banned away, not going into the hands of Cyrac.
Well, this is my first time seeing these guys play because they're on the other side of the bracket from me. But I did watch. I guess I watched a few, and during the buys, really standout player I saw was Starry, and also you pointed out the Ash for red side, but it's picked away. So looking to see how he does on this Jinx, especially with the Milio alongside. He's going to be outranging everyone in the game with Jinx, Milio, and Rocket form.
Yeah, I do like, though, that they are picking champions that can get onto this Jinx for the Democratic Republic of Korea. So champions like the Rel, like the Nocturne, if they are able to catch out Jinx in these fights, even through the Milio, that could be exactly what they need to win the game.
I'm personally very surprised by this Echo pick. I'm not sure. I mean, I'd assume it's jungle because I don't think we're picking Echo for Cyrac.
Well, they can kind of bluff it as a blind pick. I believe I heard that Cyrac, though, is an Echo player. Actually, it looks like it's just going to be the Lee Sin locked in, so it probably will be the Echo mid lane. Like you said, a pretty aggressive blind pick. We'll see if Korean, who might go for this Akali. I think a pretty high skill matchup into the Echo. I think neither of them are going to be too confident going into this lane, but a pretty important matchup here between these two assassins, as if one of them can get ahead, it will not be good for the other team.
Yeah, I'm just looking at both these team comps, and the only moderately tanky member will be the Rel so far. For the Democratic Republic of Korea, oh, there's a cannon. So again, no hard tanks in this match so far. And it's looking like blue side is going to just try to dive this Jinx. Look at all the threats they have. Every single member besides the Ash wants to dive the Jinx. But the only peel they have is like a Milio Q and a Lee Sin kick. So I think red side has a very difficult draft to play. But the Pantheon W could help out.
Yeah, Pantheon going to be locked in there. It feels like maybe they could have gone for a more defensive option, but instead trusting that this Pantheon top is going to maybe get those early game advantages the Spartan is known for. Maybe push it around the map with the globals. Nocturne also with that global means he's going to do the bit of the same, but I mean, FaZe, you called out the Jinx early on in draft, and it feels like Korea is just saying, all right, we will draft every single champ to just find that Jinx, take her out before she's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, each of these picks just has a ton of potential to dive onto Jinx, and I like some of these assassins like the Akali and the Nocturne. A bit harder for a champion like the Milio to peel off, especially this Nocturne going to be able to pick up that Serpent's Fang if he wants to. It'll also be effective against the Lee Sin, so lots of shielding on the side of Jason the Fifth. But yeah, I think you're probably feeling pretty good about this team comp. You've gotten yourself into Jinx.
What do you guys think that early game plan is for the Korea? I think their early game not too strong double AP solo laners with the Nocturne, while they have a Lee Sin Pantheon Echo side on red.
Yeah, I mean, I think Echo also not too good in the early game. Does need some of those items. Does need to scale up. But this Pantheon Kennen matchup, I think, can get pretty tough for the Kennen. The Pantheon can pretty freely just jump on, like, while Kennen is a range top, pretty low range. And if Pantheon's able to find some of those engages, Kennen's going to take a lot of damage and have a lot of trouble trading back. I also think that, as we've seen in the past with the Ashe Milio, it's very, very hard to lane against those two champions. But I think now that the Ashe is getting paired with the Rel, it'll be a lot more even of a lane. You won't just see Ashe railing on both Jinx and whatever her lane partner is. So I think Jason the Fifth probably feeling much better about the way their Jinx is positioned in the bot lane.
Yeah, I think a lot of this game is going to come down to the Milio Qs. There's a lot of things he's looking to deny, like the Rel W, Kali, if he can, the E and the R are able to be pushed with the little soccer ball. And then Kennen with maybe a flank angle. There's a lot of potential for this Milio to kind of derail the plans from blue side. But there's only one Q and there's 4 champs that want to get in. So we'll see if the Republic of Korea can attack from multiple angles and not allow the peel to get on the G.
Yeah, I mean, with the Lee Sin and the Pantheon, though, they at least do have some other options. Lee Sin able to kick Kennen out if he does go for that Slicing Maelstrom, and Akali not going to be too happy into this Lee Sin as well. So I kind of like that pick there. Also, Pantheon, with that guaranteed CC, can stop some of these dive opportunities onto Jinx. I think we're really going to have to look to all the members of Jason the Fifth playing around their carry in the bot lane.
Yeah, absolutely. So as we get underway between these two teams, I'm really curious to see why do people feed performance here? Because the Rel can be the catalyst for so much. If you lock up not just the Jinx, but everyone trying to peel her, it becomes so much easier for the Kennen to pile in, for the Nocturne, the Akali, to all get their job done and win the fight from there. So we'll see how creative the Rel can be on her angles, if there's any sort of Hex Flash shenanigans around these objectives.
Looking at this Ashe pick, Ashe is known for being able to track the jungler early with map hacks on the E. Do you think, where do you think that Jason the Other will be looking to go on this Lee Sin, and where should Ashe try to track him? I personally think he's going to try and gank top with his Pantheon, because that's pretty easy gank setup for a Lee Sin. Just W on the Kennen. So I'm expecting Kashawn Robinson to maybe pull the wave a little bit, or try and get pushed in, and then wait for Lee Sin to make his way up top.
Yes, that is also an Ignite being run on the Pantheon. So if there's anywhere you want to send some attention to, it's going to be up there in the top lane. We do have a bit of a pause at the moment, as everyone just waiting to get back to their computers. And we'll see when we can get in as soon as possible.
Looks like we are going to get underway. Like you were talking about with the hawk shots, definitely able to maybe find out Jason in his jungle. But if Jason is able to path up to that top lane quickly enough before Ashe can pick up the E, it's going to be potentially pretty good for Jason. Maybe able to pick off that Kennen early. I want to see if we can fix what's going on with the spectator. All right, perfect. We should be able to get into the game properly now.
Yeah, so we are on to the Rift. for our second game of the day. JSN to the 5th trying to stop sliding down the standings, while the Democratic Republic of Korea looking to take advantage.
Nothing too crazy going on from either team. It's pretty much just a... Oh, are we good here? Yeah. All right. But yeah, pretty much just a standard 5-point from each team. It looks like JSN looking for a little bit, but I think nothing too much going to happen early game. Keyshawn has made his way up into that third bush in the top side, though. We'll see if he's able to make anything happen against Potato early on.
Yeah, it looks like on the map's just standard 5-point, nothing really fancy going on, but maybe JSN the other in the mid rush? Is he looking to... I don't know. But like, looks like no early jungle tracking wards. No one going forward to try and place anything.
Looks like both junglers content to hang out here on this top side of the map, so I don't think we're going to be seeing any... Oh, actually, JSN... I don't know what JSN's going for here. Maybe looking...
Oh, there's no way.
Oh, is he looking to steal away blue, maybe? What's he up to?
Yeah, looks like it will be a bit of a map split. Lee Sin gonna move over with the Pantheon, secure that blue, and they're just looking to isolate up this Pantheon.
Yeah, there are no wards, so maybe Korea doesn't know about this map split because they're assuming that Lee Sin probably started his own red. Oh,
yep, we got a bit of trading in bot, but Dragoon just gonna lose a bit of HP to that. We'll see if the Rel can work anything up towards that level 2 when she'll have that flash. She will not have the W pull. It's not as easy with the point and click. Pantheon, meanwhile, willing to play very up in this matchup, lands the stun and just forcing Potato off the wave.
Relinquished, showing the power of that press the attack early on, able to proc it right away on the Milio, get the laning advantage, and actually now Potato Senpai doing a good job of holding off this Pantheon, who's now at half HP, doesn't have a TP. Why do people feed?
Oh, here comes the W, but it's going to get canceled. Dragon still has to flash back. There's the flash throw from the Ashe, and a few more autos. Net some first blood.
Yeah, nice.
Null in top main. Maybe Ignite?
Yeah, Keyshawn getting him a bit low, but holds on to that summoner. Scrapping in mid. The Parallel Convergence stun is going to find its mark, but Cyrac now has blown all his abilities. Nothing too big there. Has another Time Winder. As he's forcing him back now with a phase forward, and another slap of the glow stick. He will die to the tower. There's 1-for-1 in mid.
Wow, very scrappy game so far. We see that Dragon was able to kick why do people feed, but took too much damage, and then even though she flashed down, got the kill movement speed, the Ashe was just able to flash forward and continue slowing with that passive. They look like to try and cancel bases. It's fine. But then again, a very skill matchup in the mid lane, as you guys mentioned, and then Cyrac just getting the upper hand. His cooldowns came up faster, and he flash follows for the auto to finish the kill and dives to the tower.
You say he got the upper hand, but now Kurian, with that CS lead, was able to TP back. The wave was in a good spot for Kurian, so while the first kill did go over to Cyrac, I think you're probably feeling pretty good as this Akali. The Echo no longer with a flash, cannot really pressure for anything more, and I think you're definitely feeling pretty good as Kurian here.
Yeah, I do want to zoom out and ask you guys how you feel about that jungle invader early on, now that it's kind of panned out that Lee Sin has 3 camps up on his bot side, but Nocturne should still just be able to full clear through his own side.
I think JSN the other, this clever invade was very good. He was able to steal away 2 or maybe the entire top side. I didn't pay attention fully. He gets to get his first clear bot side, and then Nocturne can only do his second of his Raptors and Krubs. But he's looking to go Scuttle, and then maybe look bot, because it is getting kind of scrappy now.
Yeah, Nocturne a champ that definitely wants to try to farm up to that level 6 mark to start making some plays. So Jason here trying to throw some wrenches in it. We will see Nocturne just be able to fall back to his Krugs. I think those camps on top, the Gromp and Wolves, should be back up if he wants to cross over.
Yeah, Rixie was able to take a couple of camps away from JSN, so ultimately I think not too much of a difference here. Both will slowly finish up their first clear. It's actually the Gromp coming up now for Rixie, so if he's able to make it over towards that top side, probably feeling pretty good. Korean continuing to trade on Cyrac. A nice Shroud able to get her away from that Echo third hit. Oh,
actually a flash in. Someone's taking out, but he's stunned. The shield is putting up some defense, but Keyshawn still dives to the shuriken.
What a close 1v1. I would say it could go either way because Pantheon's empowered Q up with 5 stacks does percent missing HP, so he really was very close in killing Potato Senpai, but Potato Senpai was able to pass down during the stun of while Pantheon was stunned, so the E didn't finish him off, and Potato Senpai takes the solo kill.
Meanwhile, Korean really starting to get a lead for himself, now up nearly 20 farm, or nearly 30 farm even, and despite the fact that it was Cyrac able to find the early kill, Korean up a level, able to get this back timing while his team is getting the dragon and doing much better than it looked like initially. Why do people feed? Just gonna
Flash Q in from Why Do People Feed? Wanted to go on the summoner less Milio. It doesn't pan out too well. Relinquish still laying down a lot of autos. The dragon pretty low, forced to heal. So they do get a summoner for their time.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon queuing. Oh, so another trade in the top lane. Looks like Kushan's trying to get revenge, trading very heavily into the wave, but his wave is still pushing into Potato Senpai. So they're both half HP. Maybe with Ignite advantage, he's looking for another solo angle.
Yeah, the Kennen, though, very happy to be hitting 6 in this lane. Obviously, Pantheon ult, a very strong ability, but not one that really gives him too much power in the lane. So now that Kennen having that extra tool for the 1v1, should be feeling better for himself. Did take a little bit of a farm deficit, but that solo kill, crucially, is keeping him ahead.
Yeah, there will then be that timing, right, where Keyshawn getting his Ignite and Flash back up. See if they try to make some plays with Lee Sin. Some trading in mid, as Echo's just going to use that passive to run away. Still gets tagged by the 5-point strike. And Rixie is actually first to the top lane. Pantheon trying to make his way forward, but the Maelstrom does so much work, and that will be another death for Keyshawn.
Yeah, maybe a little bit not expecting the pre-6 Nocturne gank, because I think both junglers were maybe kind of content full clearing, but Rixie seeing the volatile state of top lane, saying my top can like the Pantheon's probably looking for a kill and go with his Ignite, and they're both half HP. I should go up there and maybe influence the lane. Smartly subverts expectations, level 5, goes up there and gets a kill.
Yeah, we did see Rel move up there as well, so the team understanding the situation, making sure that they can cash in on Keyshawn's over-aggressiveness.
JSN and Cyrac now, though, both looking towards this bot side. Maybe a lane gank is in the order here. The Hawkshot comes out, but it will not catch Jason as he is hiding in the bush. There's not that much kill pressure, I feel like, here, though. Jason does have the flash available, but Relinquish standing back, playing pretty safe. Why do people feed? Holding patrol
probably
in this
just
bush.
to cover. They know that Nocturne ult is up. Ash Arrow can get pretty dangerous down here, so just to cover recall from Jason the other.
I mean, while this bot lane is not going so hot for Jason the other, I think Milio is kind of happy to get out of this okay, because his ulti will really be valuable in team fights later. So it's just one kill over and almost even CS on the ADs. So it's not a huge loss in this spot.
A lot of people feel lining up another Q, but not gonna dedicate the W to it. As Pantheon now gonna have to deal with the Maelstrom. The lightning of Kennen just shreds him down. It's 0-3-0 as Korean's trying to dive in the mid lane. Doesn't find much. Now the Ash Arrow gonna hit. A flashback from Dragon. They're still gonna connect the stuns with the steel tips as Ash trying to slow them all down. And now the Milio in a lot of danger. Won't barely die. And now Nocturne with Aaron. It's time to get scared. He slashes down 2 kills.
And I just mentioned that it wasn't that bad, and it goes sideways for the bottom lane. Steel tips and Dragon. I think they just have to really be weak side here. They shouldn't try and fight for the wave. They should slowly get pushed in and go down a couple of CS, because if they ever get that low, it's a free, as we saw, just a free Rixie ulti in and clean up some kills if they're too low.
Tyrac's gonna go in there with the ult.
Break. He does have Jason the other here. Kick Q. Nicely played by the Lee Sin. And Jason to the 5 getting something back in the mid lane.
Getting something back, but if you're Rixie, you're still feeling real good here. Able to pick up 3 kills now. A really nice play in the bot lane. Relinquish.
Oh, Rel's trying to turn around. Double Magnet Storm, double stun. As Ash, does she even have the damage? Jinx is standing tall, but for how much longer? Steel Tips flash out from the Super Mega Death Rocket. And it will be death for Steel Tips. A teleport down from Kurian, as now Dragon can't get away. The Shroud paves the way for a Kurian kill.
Oh, rough play from... It's just, they feel pressure to make a play bot lane because they feel like Nocturne ult's down. We have the tempo to try and make a play. We saw Jason the other popping down. Oh.
He's now going to get stunned up, and the recalls didn't finish, but the Shuriken misses from Kurian. He's going to have to walk his way up here, but he's got speed. He's got a 5-point strike, and he's got another kill to his name.
I really, really want to call out why do people feed here. This guy is setting up every play. It was initially him who found the damage onto Steel Tips, onto Dragon to set up the play for Kurian. Also, the Magnet Storm coming out, winning them another fight, and they're able to pick off Jason in the end of the day. Why do people feed really showing why he's...
Another action arrow. They just don't want to stop the action, as Steel Tips now without summoners, they're just trying to chase him down. He's bought himself enough space, but the Ash trying to play forward, another volley, another Ranger's focus, but TP's coming down, and it's going to be Echo diving, but he's stunned up, he's picked up by the Rel, he has to flash in, and with the phase dive, he's going to pick it up. Meanwhile, here comes Rateko with a massive two-man Maelstrom, but the Emilio just barely staying alive through another Shuriken, he will fall. Cyrac trying to get away with the Chrono Break, it's massive brawls in the bot side, but it is one that Rixie and the rest of Korea are pretty happy about.
Feels like Korea's just coming out on top of every single play, and it's always off the back of why do people feed. It's off the back of Kurian making these rotations.
Oh
Rixie.
My god, a bit of a Malrang, as now he's gonna get tagged by the shirt. Oh my god, it's a disaster, bit of a mental gap, and even the mental's completely destroyed on Jason and Steel Tips. That's a rough sequence right there.
Bit of a support masterclass.
Actually, yeah, it's a non-stop scuffle on the bot lane, and why do people feed? It seems like he's setting up every single play. On the TP from Cyrac, he hits the Q off TP, so we can't finish off the kill very easily. And it's just, why do people feed? Really, like, denying plays from red side, and also setting up plays for his own team beautifully.
A really nice parallel convergence stun, not going to be there. Now Cyrac without an ult, he's going to take a good bit of damage, but he's got some speed. He's going to be just fine.
The other thing I want to point out is that Keyshawn Robinson looking, he doesn't take TP because he thinks he has his ultimate for global coverage, but he actually ulted back to lane like maybe 4 minutes ago before like the 4 bot fights in a row. And then it allowed Potato Senpai to ulti for the 4th fight on bot lane.
Curry just flashing in, lines up the ult, but the traps will slow him down. He's still trying to find the damage, lining up the kunai, and Steel Tips trying to stay alive, trying to walk back, but there is no safety from this Akali. Curry now with 4 kills.
Meanwhile, though, Jason was able to pick up that 4th and 5th grub on his Lee Sin, which could be what they need if they're able to win a fight around one of these objectives that will spawn a bit, as we see.
Rixie flying into the top lane. The Fear Tether won't hit, but the stun sure will. Keyshawn needs some help. Jason's here with the kickback, trying to finish off the kill, but it's Kennen trying to turn it with the Maelstrom. Ash Arrow gonna not find its mark. It whizzes by his ear. As now Jason the other is caught in a rough spot all the same. He's gonna try to dash around, make whatever movements he can, but he dies, still relinquished, and it is still a pretty high action game.
Yeah, I think like the game is very in Korea's favor, but they're only down 3k gold so far, even though the kill score is 16-5. So there is a chance, but still, Rixie making all the right plays. They're attacking the global, they're attacking the Pantheon. And I think even though Pantheon Lee Sin seems like a very good, strong duo, the bot lane of Why Do People Feed and the Ash, I don't know his English name, they get mid push and they rotate up to turn the play inside into their base.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how this team was kind of... Oh, actually, another engage happening.
Starfall into the mid lane, but he's locked up by the Magnet Storm.
Oh, no.
Will be slain, and now Kurian's trying to arrive. Weaves the Shuriken onto the Jinx, forcing the flash. Still down the perfect execution. Gonna pile on through. Cyrac, no chance for a Chrono Break, no chance for anything to be done. It's a swift 2 kills.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keyshawn Robinson looking to make a play in the mid lane with his global, but beautifully disengaged by just the Ash Arrow under tower to catch him out.
Yeah, JSN to the 5th really just falling apart under the pressure that the Democratic Republic of Korea seems intent to continue applying. Another ult found by Relinquished.
An Ash Arrow. The cleanse will keep him alive, but not through Potato Senpai. It is just 19 kills in 16 minutes for the Democratic Republic of Korea.
Yeah, I just mentioned 3k gold. Now look at the gold lead. It's another 7.
Oh my. We're just going to keep fighting. Another crash down, another paranoia. Chrono Break is all right, but it's not finding any return kills. 2 fall to the cannon.
Nope.
I don't think Keisha... Oh, no. Cyrac able to get something off of Why Do People Feed, playing a bit too aggressive towards the tower.
Yeah, now Relinquished able to get out, and Korean making the pressure on the bot side. You know, you'll take it if your Cyrac did manage to pick up the kill onto the Rel, but not feeling good as now. You were just saying a couple of minutes ago, Michael, that it was only a 3k gold lead and the chances were there to come back. Those are slowly seeming to disappear as it's now a 7k gold lead and nothing seems to be going the way of Jason the 5th.
Indeed. It seems like it's turned into a one-sided landslide almost. If they have 2 Drakes, they're up 7k gold. Keyshawn Robinson picked the Pantheon for early action and just doesn't seem to be going their way. Their scaling in the bot lane is not doing so hot, and the dive options are extremely strong for the Democratic Republic of Korea. So, what do you guys think they can actually do to try and come back?
It feels like it's going to just be very hard. Actually, no. Korean is going to dive on through. Why Do People Feed has looped in around, and it is just an easy kill again for the Akali.
Yeah, right. Anytime we try to talk about ways that Jason the 5th might find a way back into the game, it seems like they're always losing a play. They do have this 3v1 on the top side, but not able to find anything. Potato Senpai able to just lightning rush out of there, and just everything is going the way of Korea on this one.
Yeah,
I feel like you have options in the Jinx to try to scale up, but if she doesn't have Flash, it's going to be so hard to play these games. And forget Flash, she doesn't have a finished item yet. It's going to be a really rough time. It can't even really stand up to Why Do People Feed Us. Here comes Cyrac on the flank, trying to flash forward, but the Time Winder isn't going to connect. He's Ash Arrowed. Echo just can't find anything. He's stormed back. Here comes the follow-through. Why Do People Feed will give up his life for his ADs.
Beautiful play from Why Do People Feed. Uses the Magnus Storm to pull the 2 assassins away from his flashless AD, sacrifices his life. They will lose the mid tower. It's a very proactive, good play, comeback play to get some objective bounties, but they're spending too much.
They turn off the lights and the cannon's there to light them up. It's 2 kills for the side of Korea. They won't find much more. But meanwhile, Korean, he's just chilling in bot lane.
Yeah, Korean going to back off, respecting the fact that the team can rotate over, maybe not wanting to take that inhib too early and give the Jinx a free lane to farm. This Jinx still level 9, is struggling to find anything, even a level behind the enemy support.
Yeah, I think it was a good attempt, or a good play to get the objective bounty in mid lane, get whatever kills you can. But I think the push for the second tier 2, when you have no setup on cannon, like wards for a cannon flank, or a Nocturne can just turn off the lights, make it confusing, it's just a little bit too much.
And we're really seeing the power of this Cannon Nocturne engage, not able to see where Potato Senpai is coming from after Richie pops the darkness, and with so many members just dashing in onto all the members of Jason the 5th, they can't do anything to stop it. We talked about how they would have a hard time peeling the 4 members looking to dive in from the Democratic Republic of Korea, and that is clearly showing to be the case.
If there is any light towards the end of the tunnel, Juke's got an item. So we are on the way to exciting resets for sure.
For sure, guys. I think if I'm the Democratic Republic of Korea's, I feel like it doesn't really matter who I dive on at this point, because this Jinx is very low threat at just 1 item. So I think they can take any fight, force the issue at Baron, but Proactive play mid.
Yep, they're trying to get the Grand Starfall in, but here comes Nocturne in return. They line up the double Shattering Strike. A good kick to try to get the wave, but Potato arrives on the TP. He's trying to get the kills, but he's only going to trade 1 for 1. Now Milio forced to flash back, is inside the Shroud. It's Curran trying to hunt down these kills. He's unstoppable as he takes out Jason the other, and now Cyrac is caught out. He's going to be flipped back by the Rel. You try to make a play, but the Nocturne, the TPs, everyone shows up.
I mean, a nice try.
This just might be the game. With their heralding mid and death timers are 15 on steel tips, 8 on Jason the other.
I don't think they can quite end.
Quite far behind though.
Shelly will still be able to loop in around, try to hunt down the Milio, gets the knockback, does spawn the Grubbins on the tower, but with JC the other showing up, not too much more damage. Still, mid lane inhib at 21 minutes. Everything going the way of Korea.
Yeah, now with Baron on the map, Korea know exactly where they have to turn. They'll have pressure coming in from the mid inhib, from the super minions. They're going to take a reset, and we'll see if Jason is able to muster something here. Steel tips, though.
Oh, no. He's forced to flash back. Akali just working her way through the backline. Here comes Rel with a 3-man knock, and it's just going from hell to worse for the side of Jason to the 5th. They are all going to be cleaned up in their own jungle. 33 kills to the side of Korea.
Yeah, you can't really even fault them for that try, because if you let them reset with, like, I guess their even more gold lead and they just go Baron, your fight's not going to be better than that one. So I think they're forced into a bad play and an even worse play, and they just tried.
Yeah, that's going to do it here. Democratic Republic of Korea definitely wanting to put some respect on the Rel of Why Do People Feed. They will take another win and put themselves in a good position in Group A.
What a game from Why Do People Feed, though, showing why he is considered to be among the best supports in the tournament. It felt like every single play, he was just setting up kill after kill, and nothing could stop him. Every attempt of Jason the 5th to engage was just met with the counter engage from Potato Senpai on the Kennen, from Rixie on the Nocturne, from the follow-up from Banu on the Akali. They just took everyone down. It was not even close, and it just a clean win for the Democratic Republic of Korea.
Completely agree. I think Why Do People Feed is the star, but I want to highlight Akali hitting every spell in every fight, Nocturne being in the correct places at the correct time to turn the lights off, fly in, create chaos. Ash doing a good job of what's the name? It starts with an R.
I think it's Relinquished.
Relinquished, doing a good job of peeling himself with his arrow and flashing away from any pressure that Jason the Other or Cyrac tried to put on him. And Potato Senpai really absorbing pressure from this Ignite PTA Pantheon early game, even getting the solo kill and having very clutch follow-ups on Why Do People Feeds engages and TPing to correct fights as well. Just kind of a masterclass game from all of the side of Korea.
All right, well, that will do us for the second game of the tournament. Jason to the 5th after a, I think, 4-0 start or 3-0 start, are having a tough time of it. We'll see if they can pick up some wins moving forward, try to maybe make it just to the bracket stage, but this group is now wide open, and definitely the People's Republic of Korea looking to find their way into that bracket stage. But we'll catch you for Game 3.